Namaste, friends. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. Today's practice is here to help us keep going. I am on week however many of quarantine, and I'm sure you are too, and I've been doing homeschool with my kids, and life happens, and I know that it's harder to have time for ourselves, so this practice is dedicated to you to help you keep going, and I hope that you can just show up however you can, my friends. I love you so much. And for modifications, get yourself a couch blanket and a pillow, and know that I love you so much, and I'm just sending you a warm hug. Unroll the mat, unpeel the edges, and together let us do this. Join me, my friends, in your favorite Sukhasana, that crisscross applesauce, whatever that looks like for you. And even if that's a traditional crisscross applesauce, feet underneath, just kind of test out the waters. I have a blanket under my sit bones, just so I can get a little bit of a pelvic tilt. That feels best for me. If you have a pillow, you can also grab a pillow, put that under your sit bones, and just allow your pelvis to just slightly tilt forward, my friends, and just root into your seat here. So whatever's going on at your home, maybe there's lots of people, because there always is people at my house. Maybe it's really quiet in your house. Just acclimate to your space, show up, and just give yourself a little gratitude for just showing up here, my friends. And we're gonna just bringing our palms of our hands together. And we're gonna just start making some movement, and we're gonna just be causing some friction back and forth. And bringing your awareness to your hands, the sensations in your hands. You can rub the palms, you can go in between the fingers, just allowing yourself to bring the awareness, the noticing into the palms of your hands. And organically just allowing the breath to come in and go out. And just creating this lovely friction and acknowledging that we all have this energy within us. And when we can move our hands in this fast way, you know, when you get really cold, like it's been snowing here off and on, we warm up our hands to get warm because we're creating a shift of energy. Okay, do it a little bit faster, a little bit harder, and pause and just peel your hands away and gently float them to your hearts. And if you can, close your eyes or allow yourself to gaze at something on the floor right before you. And bring a breath that comes in and fills up the heart center, swirling around your heart space. And allowing it to go. Filling up a fluid breath into that heart, spiraling down and around the lungs into the diaphragm. Letting it go. And simply tune in, humbly tucking the chin. Just acknowledge how it's feeling here. If it's painful, if it feels dark, if there's anger, frustration, overwhelm, anxiety, sadness, peace, ease, comfort, calm. Just allow whatever feelings are swirling around just to be here. As we bring our hands to our heart, allowing us to invite the intention today for self-compassion. And you can just simply repeat, I intend to give myself compassion today. I intend to give myself compassion today. Wonderful work, friends, bringing in a big breath that comes in and letting that go. Good job. Exhaling, floating the right arm down to the earth from the core. Inhale, raising the hand up high to the sky. Inhale, opening the shoulders and opening up the heart. Exhaling, diving forward, almost like you're crunching and squeezing. Inhale as you open, opening up through the chin and the body, opening up that free arm. One more of these. Inhale, crunching, coming forward from the core. Inhale, creating space, opening up, hand down to the earth. Opposite hand to the earth. From the core, inhale, raising that hand up. And just find a little fluid-free movement in your shoulders. So if that feels good to come forward, you can almost sweep down to the ground and make a circle with the arm. Just allow yourself to tune into what it feels like in your shoulders. I know that in my house we've been spending way more time on screens than we normally do, especially with remote learning. It's like screen, banana sandwiches everywhere. And so just acknowledging what it's feeling like in those shoulders. Good job, my friends. Exhaling out. Inhale, raising both arms up high to the sky, almost like you're holding a beach ball or that energy ball that we created in our hand. Exhale, bringing that ball forward. Inhale to raise it up, my friends. Exhale to sink. And from here, you can just swing the feet to the sides. And if you have hard floors, my friends, please, oh, please grab yourself a blanket to protect your knee joints, because it's so important in life and in practices that we know how to take care of our bodies, because we are always taking care of everyone else. It's time to take care of us. And from here, my friends, creating a big wide open starfish hands and releasing the hands underneath of the shoulders. And if you are a complete beginner or beyond, envisioning here a table, like a table. This is the tabletop position. So just tuning into your body and what it's feeling like in your hips, and maybe making a little free movement. Swaying the hips side to side. I know yesterday I did all of these lawnmower lunges, and my glutey booties are on fire today, my friends. And from here, we're going to inhale, raising up that spine, making this beautiful arch, curving, bringing the tail in towards the chin, and taking a big fluid breath that comes into the back of our hearts, and allowing it to go. As this practice is going to help anchor us, to help keeping us just showing up. Exhale, diving the navel down towards the earth, allowing the chin and the tail to go up high to the sky. I know that these uncertain times that I know there's so much going on outside, and sometimes I know for me, I'm inside, so I'm an introvert, so it's not super bad, but there are moments where, like, my son's birthday is coming up, inhale, raising it up, and we can't really do anything for his birthday, and that kind of stinks. So guess what? I called the fire department, and they're going to come and do a fire department drive-by at our house. How nice is that? It's going to be so cute. Exhaling. From here, my friends, coursing that core strength, releasing the leg long. So it could be your left leg long, right arm long. And from the core, we're going to pulse up, and we're going to raise up about 2 feet. So kind of, you're creating this long line. We're going to do 10 of these. So we're going to inhale, raise it up. 10, 9, creating this inner strength. 8, 7, creating this inner burn. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the last one, we're going to pause here, and you're going to really tap into that hand that's rooted into the earth and the knee, and just check into how it's feeling. We're going to inhale, tucking in, really hiking that heel up towards the sit bones, and we're going to take 4 deep breaths of stillness here as we breathe that breath in. Blowing that breath out, really tuning into that inner strength, that core, rounding that back. Knowing that you are so much stronger than you think that you are. And when we move our bodies, it allows us to find this fluid movement. Exhaling long. 10, 9. This isn't a race, so you can do these at your own pace. So really crunching in, exhaling long and strong. Pausing a breath here, letting that go. Inhale to crunch. Exhale. As we crunch, I really want you to internalize what that means. It's we're not like crunching and maybe like roly-poly. As we roly-poly in, that's a better word. Still creating this space with your chin. Exhaling long and strong. Inhale to tuck. Long and strong. Inhale to tuck. Let's do 4 more. We've got this. 4, 3, long and strong. Long line of energy. Strengthening through the calves. Inhale to tuck. Exhale to find length. 1 more as we inhale. Pausing here. Exhale to find length. We're going to slice sideways. This is one of my favorite moves. It's like the peeing on the fire hydrant. Bending the opposite knee, and we're going to pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slicing. Coming and tucking in for one last tuck. Exhale. Down to the mat. Just feel that burn. Just honor and acknowledge whatever's wrapping around your brain, whatever's going on in your body, and it's okay. Now tuning into the opposite side. So opposite hand, really roots wide open, starfish hand, soft bend to the elbow as you gently roll the eye of the elbow towards the short edge of the mat. Opposite leg lays long, post long. My body is on the wrong side. I don't know why my brain cannot think of how to do this. Opposite leg, opposite hand. Silly goose. My brain. Do you ever do that sometimes? Even if you're the teacher, that happens sometimes. So opposite hand, opposite knee, legs long, and we're going to inhale, raise it up. Exhale to sink. Inhale to raise it up. Exhale to sink. Maybe removing any wrinkles from your neck, or if you're looking up too high, and finding a focal point. I have this lovely plant here that helps me. Inhale, raising it up. Exhale, maybe raising up a little bit stronger. This next one, 7. You got this, 6, 5. Tuning into those high muscles in the glutes and the calves, even down to the Achilles tendon. 4, 3, you've got this, 2, and 1. Last one, we're gonna inhale, curling in, really rooting that heel up towards that sit bone and bringing in a big breath into the heart center. Pushing it out, pausing, doing your best to work through the inner turmoil. Good job, friends. Big breath in here. Exhaling long and strong, 10 of these. So each time as you crunch in, really find a hollowness in the front body. As you crunch, exhale to find expansion. So it's compression, expansion. Just like in life, sometimes we feel just so trapped and stuck. I know homeschooling my kids and everything that's happening with this quarantine and everything that's happening, it gets overwhelming. I know that there's a time to be compressed and a time to feel expanded and light. Inhaling, 4, 3, you've got this. 2, you've got this. 1, exhale, slicing a horizontal line like we're peeing on that fire hydrant. Inhale to pulse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you've got this. 2, 1. Exhale, floating back. Inhale, tucking in. Really summoning that inner fire, that inner work. Inviting that inner energy that we created at the beginning of this practice. Exhaling from that tabletop position, my friends. This looks so different for everyone, so you can use big toes touching big toes, sinking back to the sit bones, and we're going to hinge forward into either your devotional or your child's pose, Balasana or Bhaktasana. It's not a one-size-fits-all, my friends, so if you have really bad restriction in your hips, you can use a pillow to come back. You can lengthen the arms long in front of you. You can tuck the arms underneath of you. The knees can be closer together. Just find your space. Find your body. In this moment, just allowing judgment to go as you bring a breath in. And knowing that there's a time for compression in our lives, there's a time for expansion, there's a time for busyness, and there's a time for stillness. And allowing the stillness at this moment to just be, just allowing it to be, and honoring and acknowledging all of those feelings and thoughts and emotions swirling rampantly within your being, without trying to change yourself, my friends. Back to the heart as you settle here. And just allow walking the hands forward and walking the hands about a handprint above your shoulders and moving that blanket out of the way, my friends, if you were using that, and really rooting into your hands as if they're the soles of your feet. So I want you to mindfully tune into your thumb, pointer, middle, index, all the way to the pinkies, rounding through the eyes of the elbows, posting up on the hind legs here, my friends. From the core of your inhale, just raise up here, just raising up a few inches off of the earth as you pause here, kind of in this bear-like crawl, this bear squat as you breathe a big breath in, allowing that to go. Good job, my friends. Exhale, diving mindfully those sit bones high, high, high to the sky, coming into this beautiful inversion. really hollowing through the front body as you open up through, looping through the shoulders, and just allowing yourself just to be here. And now I'm also envisioning like there's a jump or maybe a hurdle if you were a runner, or a big obstacle is in the front of your body here. So we're going to envision, like, it can be a big, huge metaphor. You can literally envision a giant hurdle, and you're going to inhale, raise up over that hurdle in that front body from the core on the tippity toes, coming into a plank to a flat back. Pausing here with a big breath and letting it go. Now, like a big obstacle, like this huge thing that you have to overcome, you're going to inhale, raise up over that hurdle. So it's almost like this giant space, this negative space in the middle of you. Inhale, raising up over that hurdle onto the tippity toes, hinging forward, bringing the weight into that front body, creating this flat back, my friends. 5 more of these at your own pace. So really each time I want you to feel the difference in your shoulders. An option, my friends, always to be down here on your knees. So you can, doing this on the knees, you can just kind of be pressing back and coming forward. Plank, coming back. Almost like to a child's pose. So if your shoulders are being funky monkey, I get that. We all have injuries and our bodies have different timings. So just envisioning like this huge obstacle that you're facing and allowing yourself to jump up over it. Almost like the short edge of the mat is your finish line. That's the finish line. And sometimes we go backwards, right? It's such a metaphor of life. We go forwards and back. And sometimes there's time for stillness, my friends. 2 more, wherever you are, up over that hurdle. Last one, creating this big space, jumping up over that hurdle. Back into that downward facing dog, my friends. And from here you can hop, 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 or step, or you can cross walk to the front of your mat, and whatever this looks like for you. Meeting me in Uttasana in a forward fold as you root your feet into the earth, allowing the arms to swing long, allowing your body to fold forward. If you have limited mobility in the hamstrings like me, totally fine. Just give yourself a little bit more bend, and that allows you permission to bend at the spine. If you have straighter legs, you might notice you might have a straighter back, but knowing that you can customize this, it's not a one size fits all. You can also grab opposite elbows and just swing side to side. Good job, my friends. From here, my friends, stepping back the right foot. So you're just going to step back that right foot, and the toes are going to be pointing the corner of your mat at a 45-degree angle. So we're going to do our best to straighten up this front leg, and we're coming in here for a pyramid pose. As we're hinged forward, you can fly those arms back, removing any wrinkles from the neck. And just envisioning a pyramid, right? It's a solid shape. The foundation, a triangle, is the strongest shape in all shapes. This beautiful foundation of 3 points. As you exhale down, maybe inhale to raise it up, my friends, a little bit. Inhaling from here, bending into that front knee. Now coming in for a warrior 2. So hips are going to, warrior 1, excuse me. Hips facing the short edge of the mat. Inhaling, arms long and strong. Inhale, raising it up. This is my favorite variation, adding Simhasana. It's an animalistic roar. Let your judgment go. Let your anger go, and just inhale, raising that up. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, letting all of that boily frustration, and exhaling it. Inhale, raising it up. Exhale, let it go. From here, my friends, we're going to straighten out that front foot, and you can kind of walk this foot forward, and we're going to play with a little balance here. So you're going to root that foot, same foot, into the earth, and you're going to zip up from the ankle to the knee to the hip, and we're going to just feel what it feels like to float off, and we're going to come into a warrior 3. So you can have the option to fold the arms behind you. If you need, you can also grab a block or a small chair, and you can use that down on the earth here, and you can lift up. You can use the wall, float the arms to the side, you can fly them out, or you can inhale, raising them straight above you. This is not a one-size-fits-all, and every practice is a different practice. I'm using a drishti as we balance on one leg, allowing the mind, the emotions to play all their games. Just showing up as you, my friend. Good job. Big breath in as we pause here. Working through the inner turmoil, zipping up from the fingertips, stringing down the spine and the sit bones, wrapping to the hips, all the way down to the thigh and the heel. And exhale, floating that down. Whoo! And whatever that looks like, sometimes our balance is way off, my friends. From here, we're going to hinge forward, hinging towards that pyramid leg. And really just allow yourself to feel that stretch. Oh, in the leg, it feels so good. And you can bend into that knee a little bit here. Hands down to the earth. We're going to step back. We're going to come back into that plank or into that downward dog, whatever feels best for you, my friends. And now we're going to take the opposite leg. We're going to exhale it high, high, high. And then we're going to journey up to our mat, whatever that looks like. So you can walk, walk, walk it, or step it forward, whatever that looks like. So the toes are going to be facing the short edge of the mat. The hind foot is going to stay back, and those toes are going to point the corner, the same corner of the edge of the mat. And we're going to do our best to straighten out this leg, always creating a micro bend into the knee here, creating this beautiful pyramid pose. So if you have a block, I always recommend blocks. They're such a helpful friend. So you can have a block or a toddler chair or a wall, or you can inhale. You can raise up a half flat back. You can have the option to do a little bind by interlacing the fingertips together, really squeezing and opening up the heart as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, removing any wrinkles from the neck, creating this pyramid, the shape of power, this inner power that resides within us all, my friends. Expansive breath in as you pause, allowing that to go. Inhaling that breath in, exhaling it long. We're going to inhale, floating up, hinging with the back of the heart, bending into that front foot. So the knee, my friend, is just going to bend, and as you gaze down, you might notice your flexibility and mobility is way different than mine, and we always are. So the goal is you just want to peek and see the corner of the big toe. And if you're seeing all toes and that's where you are, that's fine. You just want to be leery to not go too far forward, allowing the knee to go too far forward. And you can always adjust if you're feeling like, ooh, I'm feeling more mobile or more flexible. You can readjust this hind leg down. We're going to inhale, raising the body as we face our hips facing the short edge of the mat, long and strong, summoning our inner warrior as we pause here, bringing in a big, beautiful breath. And you can almost feel pulling the mat apart with your feet. And I can really feel this in my hind calf, and it feels awesome. And if you want, my friends, you can take stillness, or you can follow me as I guide you into a simhasana, letting go of some of this pent-up energy. Inhaling, raising it up. Exhaling out. Inhale, raising it up. Exhaling it. Inhale, raise. Exhale, let it go. Now from here, my friends, we're going to straighten out that leg, and we're going to walk that hind foot, and we're going to play with balance as we really zip up from the ankle to the knee, first rooting that foot into the earth to the hip. So as you notice your body, a lot of the times we like to kind of get a little lazy. So really zip that up as you hinge, and you can fly back here. And you can have all those different options, my friends. This is actually great. My wall is touching my foot, and it actually feels really good behind me. You can bring the arms in front of you. You can fly like Superwoman, Superman. You can fly the arms long and strong, my friends. Just show up here, because we're getting through this. There's lots of wackiness, but we're showing up, my friends. Removing any wrinkles, finding that drishti. I am shaking, breathing that breath in. I'm doing this, saying I'm focused. I'm keeping my focus. I am strong, I am focused. Exhale, unhinging down, woo, and taking a moment just to shake it out. Woo. Just rooting your feet into the earth for a moment. Finding yourself in your mountain so you can face me, my friends, and just really rooting into your feet. Coming back to those hands. And coming back as we create some of that friction. And maybe you're already feeling lots of energy. I'm feeling lots of energy throughout my body. My heart's racing fast. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. So just do this here for, let's count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the heart. Finding a little stillness. Pausing. Checking in with your heart, with your body, with your physical body, your emotional body, spiritual body, and mental body. There's so many bodies. Knowing that we don't have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Perfect is exactly how you are. A yogi is exactly how you are. A parent is exactly how you are. A person facing all of this is exactly who you need to be. You don't need to be anybody else except for you, showing up here, getting through the days. Exhaling from here, my friends. Maybe just taking a moment to wiggle out the shoulders for a moment. And we're just gonna hinge forward at the hips. And as we hinge forward, we're just gonna kind of rock it on down. We're gonna rock it on down and we're gonna come into a yogi squat, my friends. So knowing that this will face you, it looks different for everyone. So you can stay side to side, or my friends, you can, if you have a block, you can also grab a block and you can sit your booty on that block. This is a good helping friend if you're learning how to do squats. And just allowing yourself to get flat-footed. But when I first started doing this, I could not get flat-footed. So if you need to stay up on your tippity toes here, and really just creating this inner strength, and you can even push the elbows onto the inner thighs, opening up the thighs a little bit, creating a little more openness in the hips. And whatever this looks like for you in your yogi squat, just coming down to the earth. This squat is really good for our digestion. So if you're having some problems, you know, in the digestion area, this is a really good pose to take and to initiate. And especially if you can hold it for longer than 90 seconds, my friends. And knowing that our mind likes to tell us lots of lies and lots of things our inner critic does, that our body is more mobile and flexible than we can ever imagine. But this might not be possible for you. And maybe if you need to, even up here. I know sometimes I've had hip injuries where I'm like, are you nuts? I can never get down there. So even if it's up here or just kind of coming into a goddess squat, just showing up however you are, or even if you need to take a chair and you can sit in a chair for this pose, my friends. Good job. And from here, we're gonna just make our way onto our sit bones. So just coming to the sit bones, into Dandasana, a staff pose. This is a pose that gets just like overlooked all the time. I notice a lot. So really just lengthen those legs long. You can create a bend here. Hands are gonna be by the sit bones. Really tap into this. So activate through the soles of your feet. It's like with anything, you can feel it everywhere, you can feel it nowhere. Activate, turn on the toes, turn on the calves. All the way through the sit bones, lock up that belly, those bandhas. Bandhas are these locks that we have within our being, within our core. Hands long, heart open, squeezing shoulder blades together, lengthening, and this also helps us move that energy. Maybe you've practiced Kundalini. Kundalini is nothing to be afraid of. I know a lot of people get afraid of it. Kundalini is mere energy that just runs through your spine. It's always there. It's just something that sometimes it gets a bad rap or people get afraid of or use it in weird funky ways. So good job, my friends. Yeah, you've got this, rocking this out. Now we're gonna get just a little bit playful. I know I've been doing a lot of kids practices because I have my kids home, so we're gonna get a little bit playful. We're gonna rock and roll it out. We're gonna come up, we're gonna inhale, and we're gonna almost come up like a starfish, opening up big and wide. Exhaling it back, starfish, big and wide. Inhale, 5 of these. 4, take up space, you matter. 3, what you do matters. 2, with all of your might, shine like the star that you are. And 1, shine it. Last one, come down. Hug those knees to your chest. You can cross the legs here for an Apanasana. Double wind reliever. Just allowing yourself, slowing it down, rocking side to side. Good job, my friends. Big old hug, hugging yourself, saying thank you for showing up today. Thank you for showing up. exactly how you are. And exhaling one leg long and the opposite leg long. Hands on the earth or hands to the heart. Finishing with our Shavasana, our final pose of surrender. And just in this moment, surrendering and letting go at the feet, melting the ankles and the calves, deepening at the knees and the thighs, relaxing the hips and the sit bones, melting the navel towards the spine, deepening each vertebrae, really allowing that heart to soften, melting the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps, letting go at the fingertips, allowing the throat to soften, melting the jaw, feeling the wetness on the tongue, relaxing and melting the head, and allowing yourself just to let go. True surrender, my friends, is when we can let go of all judgments, all thoughts and perceptions, and just be. And bringing palms, kissing palms to the heart center. Taking a breath for yourself and letting that go. Good job, my friends. And from here, allow yourself just to roll onto the side for a moment, into a little fetal position, giving yourself a hug and saying, I love you, self. I love you, self. I approve of you, self. I approve of you, self. You can use that arm as a kickstand. Coming back up to a seated position, so just returning to that Sukhasana, that crisscross applesauce, my friends. And one last time, we're going to acknowledge our inner fire, our inner energy by massaging our hands together. You can close your eyes here, which I strongly recommend. And just creating this friction, and maybe making it like almost like a dance, because right, we've been washing our hands so much. So it's like a dance of your hands. So maybe if you're feeling peaceful, it could be a peaceful dance. Or if you're feeling frustrated or whatever it is, just letting that gently peeling it apart. And just feeling that spark of energy within your hands. Maybe you feel a lot tingly everywhere. Maybe you don't feel much at all, and that's okay. Just bringing it to your heart. And locking that into your heart, my friends. And acknowledging all the good and all the love that is within you and all the good and the love that is still exists in the world, my friends. And just bringing those hands, palm kissing palms. Namaste. Thank you so much. I love you. I will see you back here very soon. I'm so proud of you for showing up, and we're getting through this. We're doing this.